No matter the weather, Alexandria Emergency Hospital is always here for you. Rain or shine, our doors are open 24/7 to provide the care you and your loved ones need fast. Every second counts, and Alexandria Emergency Hospital is here to help you through any storm.
In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
Hey everybody, good morning. It is 9:31 here, and we have a lot of storms going on to the northwest. Good morning, everyone. Mom is not going to be here this morning. She is currently, I just checked her flight. She's flying down to see my baby cousin's baby, and she's out here right near Roanoke and Blacksburg, Virginia. So that's where Mom is right now. That's why she's not in the comments, but you can see smooth sailing. Took off out of St. Louis, and they had a lot of rain up that way. But we are focused on our area. You know, it's better to do it that way rather than focus on my mom's weather forecast. Here's what we have going on for you. We have big storms up there around Denton, Texas, Gainesville, Texas getting hammered. It looks like they're going to expand this severe thunderstorm watch out to the east here to possibly include the Metroplex. So if you are flying into or driving toward Dallas, looks like it could be a little busy this morning. And then this all translates down to the southeast, and we'll take you through that here in just a bit. Smoothie King temperature time, 74 degrees. It's warm. It's kind of humid out there. 79 down in New Orleans, and southerly winds here. These are picking up. Now, yesterday, I had said winds gusting, up around 20 miles per hour. So if you planned on getting out on the water, not ideal, but it would be okay. My friend was out, and they were like, it was windy. So today, it's going to be worse. So if you had planned on going out, especially in the evening, wind gusts up to around 30. There comes that boundary with those storms along it, and you can see by 1:30 a.m. still some gusty winds associated with that. I think the line's going to be weakening at that point. It's probably one of those deals where I'm going to have to get up around 2 a.m. and babysit some marginal storms, but that's what we do here. Mid-80s for temperatures for highs today, mostly cloudy skies, and we have that marginal risk for severe weather. You can see the enhanced risk not too far to the northwest. Actually, they just expanded the flood watch in to include the Shreveport area as well. So could be some severe weather up in the Arklatex here. This is going to start nudging our way toward morning, probably around 2, 3 in the morning, and then as we get into tomorrow, we get a slight risk overhead. So level 2 out of 5. This doesn't look like a massive tornado threat, but I think some isolated damaging wind and large hail will be possible. Can't rule out a tornado, but it would not be one of those days where we're saying, hey, I think we're going to see strong tornadoes. So let's go through this, take you on the tour of the HRRR. This is the high-res model. There comes your line of broken storms here by about 3 a.m. This is going to be stretched from Tallulah down toward Alexandria and Leesville per this model, and I kind of tend to agree. It's been pretty consistent. Another thing it's consistent on is developing a few more supercells in the afternoon. Now, this could actually be a little more interesting, possibly some large hail out of these, so we'll be watching this closely. Now, those should fade out as sun goes down, and then Friday, I think we get another round of storms in here. I think we actually do it again Saturday morning. So it's going to be a busy few days. There is the threat for severe weather, but this is not one of those threats that is going to be very high end. On the tornado end, maybe we get an isolated big hailer or two tomorrow afternoon, but I think that's going to be our main threat. Now, let's not even pay attention. The GFS is kind of all over the place until Friday, and that's when I think it kind of locks in. I think we'll get an evening round of storms on Friday. Then things kind of calm down. We get another round Saturday morning, and then everything kind of pushes out. That next system that cuts off out to the west, you can see all that action out in the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. Some snow in the mountains in May. I know it happens. It'll happen through June. And we're going to see this thing kind of hang out to the west, I think. So I think we get several days of drier weather after we get through the next few days, but it looks like a solid 1 to 3 inches. Again, flood watches up here into Shreveport and Bossier, where we're going to have the higher totals of rain. Toward Dallas-Fort Worth, 5+ inches of rain are possible, and it really looks like that continues with that cutoff system out west. I think we're going to end up with some flooding problems up into Oklahoma and Texas. I don't think that's going to really extend into our area that far. I think we're far enough removed to keep the heaviest rain totals away, but there is the threat for some heavy rainfall, 1 to 3 inches likely between tonight and Saturday morning. I put chances at 40% on Saturday. That's mainly for your first half of the day. Thursday and Friday looking like we'll see at least 1 round of storms each day, in some cases possibly 2, and then we dry things out Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, looking pretty good there. And overnight lows even sneaking back down into the 50s. So as we get into May, we know it's going to be warm, but we're at least going to see that little breath of fresh air with those upper 50s and lows near 60. So here's the extended outlook, May 8th to the 14th, near or slightly above normal. normal temps in the 80s, nothing off the charts there. And then it looks like we're going to set up an active pattern. Again, that cutoff system out to the west starts us off unsettled here, and we'll see how that thing progresses on to the east. You can see we're kind of right on that battle zone between the drier air and the more moisture-laden air that's going to produce some big-time rain totals out across Oklahoma, Texas, and parts of Kansas. All right, so my plan is to cover any severe weather. If we start to get tornado warnings, I'm not going to be, just so you know the general coverage plan, I'm not always just going to be live for every severe thunderstorm warning. If we see a significant threat, we'll be here, but every little pop-up severe storm that comes around, we're not going to be broadcasting live, but the warnings are updating. They're going to be set to pop and all that stuff. And certainly, should we see anything worth talking about, we'll be here, because I'm just sitting here watching it anyway, so I might as well hang out with you. All right, I'm getting out of here for today. Prayers for a safe landing for Mom there in Raleigh-Durham and for some fun with the baby and the family and all that good stuff. And I will see you back here tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to be at 3 a.m. or 9 a.m. or exactly when it will be, but I will see you at some point on Thursday. Have a great day.